Greeting from us, Mr. Fabian, from BMMV Section 1/1, students from Faculty Technology, Mechanical Engineering and Manufacturing. For our main topic today is rules of OSH legal requirements in business management and occupational safety and health act in workplace and its salient features. First and foremost, we would like to introduce ourselves first before we move to our OSH forum. So, can you guys introduce yourself first?
Okay, hello and good evening, sir. My name is Muhammad Imran bin Suhaimi. My matric card number is B0922103881.
My name is Joy Manakuyan. My matric card number is B0922210340.
Hi, my name is Wan Muhammad Haris bin Abdul Malik. My matric card number is B0922101123. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Shara bin Azman. My matric number is B0922210473.
All right, thank you. So back to me. So my name is Rajitman Hanif bin Raja Muhammad Taha. My matric numbers is B0922102237. So, as what we promised to you, we will talk deeper about the subject of occupational safety and health administration in involvement in company management. To maintain our share, I would like to remind you all that safety and health in the workplace requires a lot of money and energy to ensure that all employees comply with all safety regulations. Furthermore, the relationship between effective cost management and improved performance can increase profitability in a company. So, let's start with the role of business management. So, Mr. Sharaf, can you explain about the topic of business management?
Thank you to you, Mr. Raza, as our moderator. So, for my part, I will explain about role in business management in OSH. There are few roles in business management in OSH that I want to highlight. To begin with, make a commitment. For instance, put as much energy into your commitment to safety and health as you put into any other important part of your business. Make sure to include workplace safety and health in your business plan and integrate it into all phases of the business. In addition, involve employee to illustrate in a safety and health workplace. Employees have a stake in the success of the program. Safety and health is everyone's responsibility. Actively encourage employee involvement if you want your program to succeed. Hold people accountable and make sure everyone does their part. Furthermore, identify and control hazard. For example, the employer need to study and know about hazard and apply it in workers' environment to perform definition of hazard. After that, employer will know how to control the hazard. Next is comply with regulation. For example, employer must identify the OSHA regulation that apply in their workplace and comply with them. Safety works classes and consultation can help with this. In conclusion, train employees, for instance, train personnel about the hazard they may be exposed to at work and how to protect themselves. keep record all of training. Thank you. That is all from me.
All right. Thank you for your explanation, Mr. Sharaf. Next, I want to know about benefit of OSH. So, I would like to ask Mr. Haris about this topic. So, Haris, Mr. Haris, can you explain about OSH?
Sure. I appreciate you asking, Mr. Raja. For me, every firm places a high focus on occupational safety and health, since they are crucial to operating a successful operation. This leads to a number of benefits for business management. The main benefit of occupational safety and health is that it may help to raise the bar for safety and health across the board, lower accident-related costs, and boost brand reputation. According to my research, the benefit of investing in occupational safety and health is to increase overall performance in terms of safety and health. Employers can do this by either giving their workers safety and first aid training or by controlling how incidents are reported. This is significant because it encourages the employees as a whole to be aware of and pay more attention to the work safety, intending to reduce common safety issues when the employees provide. A company can save a lot of money by reducing accidents, and employers are responsible for paying workers compensation benefits if they get sick or hurt at work. Additionally, occupational safety and health benefits increase a company's active awareness of any safety and health risk or concern in the building, which lowers the likelihood of an incident and lower accident costs. Finally, occupational safety and health programs can help the company's reputation. For instance, if the employee has a specific health issue, the company swears with the employer to provide the employer with the expert support and guidance that the employer needs would offer the reputation of the company. If the employee trips or falls on an unmarked workflow, they may be forced to take time off work, which will cost the company additional money to hire replacement repair workers. Staff are increasingly more worried about that their employers expect of them. So learning that they prioritize keeping their employees healthy throughout the hiring process can and only be appealing. Comparable investment will also lead to the enhanced business standing. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Haris, for your explanation about OSH. So, let me explain a little bit about mission OSH and policy. So, first, mission of OSH. OSH mission is to ensure that employees work in a safe and healthful environment by setting and enforcing standards and by providing training, outreach, education, and assistance. Employees must comply with all applicable OSH standards. They must also comply with the general duty clause of the OSH Act, which requires employees to keep their workplace free of serious recognized hazard. So we go to OSH policy. OSH policy is a statement of a company commitment to the health and safety of its employees. Each segment of a policy must clearly cover the philosophy, values, and goals of a company or program. So it must also include details about the company tangible efforts to keep employees safe. All right, so we back to our topic. Mr. Imran, can we know some knowledge from you about past history of OSH?
Of course, Raja. Okay, so thank you to our moderator. I will share you 3 fatal incidents that has happened in Malaysia. The first case happened at 20 September 2022. This case happened at one construction at Penang without specific name of the company. The worker died falling from high place. A foreign subcontractor carrying out woodwork was killed after the victim fell from the scaffolding ladder onto the floor beam on the first floor. There are 2 reasons why this happened by referring to the investigation. The scaffolding ladder at the incident site is not safe and has been marked with a red tag on the ladder by the site safety supervisor. Maybe I think the worker is not be aware of the warning signs that have been provided. The other reason is the victim is alone without supervision. That's how important the role of supervisor in our workplace. Okay, for the second event happened at 24 June 2022 at manufacturing, Sabah. A contract worker was killed after being hit by a wall, collapsing as a result of a branch of shovel machinery. These cases are often happen in Malaysia. There is a lot of reason why this happened. One of them is no formal training record of drivers carrying shovel machinery. That's why OSHA is very important, as we can kill somebody else in the workplace by our own mistake. Besides, employers also are responsible in this case. This case happen as employers are late in updating instruction record of HIRARC and SOP related work. Okay, for the last case, it happened at one of the construction from my hometown, Terengganu, at 14 June 2022. A foreign worker died of internal bleeding as a result of the strong impact of an iron pipe that struck the victim. As a human being, losing blood is one of our cause of dying. During the incident, it is believed that there was a push by one of the side boom cranes that was assigned to lift the pipe and cause the pipe to come out of the pipe clamp and hit the victim, who has on the edge of the pipe. Perhaps we are being aware with everything in our workplace, but still, that is not enough to guarantee our safety. Okay, that's all 3 examples that I found based on my research. Thank you, Raja. You can continue.
All right, thank you, Mr. Imran, for your sharing about past history of OSH. So, next, we need more information about OSH among workers. So, Ms. Jurim, can you explain about this topic?
All right, Raja, I will answer your question. In Malaysia, we have been exposed to various laws and these, including legal ones that have been stipulated by the government. The legislative structure of occupational safety and health in Malaysia is governed by the Constitution. The main legislation, the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994, OSHA 1994, the Factory and the Machinery Act 19 1967, FMA 1967, and the Petroleum Safety Measure Act 1984. However, the OSHA 1994 was made in consideration of the fact that the FMA 1967, which provide control of the factories, only covers sectors such as manufacturing, mining, quarrying, and construction. The workers that are covered by the FMA 1967 only consists of 24% of the nation's total manpower, while OSHA 1994 covers 90% of the nation's total manpower. So the objective of OSHA 1994 are to secure the safety, health, and welfare of persons at work against risk to safety or health arising out of the activity of person at work. They cover to protect persons at a place of work other than person at work against risk to safety or health arising out of the activity of the person. That is to promote an occupational environment for person at work, which is adapted to their psychological, provide the means whereby the associated occupational safety and health legislation may be progressively replaced by the system of regulation and approved industry code of a practice operating in combination with the provision of this designed to maintain or improve the standards of safety and health. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your explanation, Miss Jurim. So I have some questions for you guys. So I hope you guys can answer my question lah. So first, I need some explanation from you all about the background, the act, and impact OSH. So I open this question for you all to answer this. So who want to answer this?
May I start first about the background?
Oh, yes, can Mr. Sharaf.
Thank you, Mr. Raja. I will explain about the background of occupational safety and health in Malaysia. The Department of Occupational Safety and Health, DOSH, in a department under the Ministry of Human Resources. This department is responsible for ensuring the safety, health, and welfare of people at work, as well as protecting other people from the safety and health hazard arising from the activity sector, which include manufacturing, mining and quarrying, construction, hotel and restaurant, agriculture, forestry and fishing, transport, storage and communication, public service and statutory authorities, aliterary, gas, electricity, water and sanitary service, finance, insurance, real estate and business service. Wholesale and retail traders, the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 or Act 514 provide the legislative framework for the safety, health, and welfare among all Malaysian workers. The principle is to prevent and protect the workers against work hazard, and it raises in connection with their activities at work. It requires all companies to establish and document such as safety and health policy, duties of the employer, employees, and the safety and health officer, the safety and health committee of companies, occupational safety and health inspection and officer. Thank you. That's all from me about the background.
Can I continue? Okay, for me, I can tell you about the at an event in the village. The ad that I found is the Occupational Safety and Health at 1994. The ad is under notification of accidents occurs, occupational poisoning, opportunities and inquiry and example of regulation related to the ad is regulation line which is not in interference and an accident or dangerous occurrence where the accidents or dangerous cause the death of any person or a serious illness body what you need to any person of serious damage and dangerous to plant or either property, no person shall and unless to do so remove all in and any way interference with or disturb any plant, substance or article or thing related to the incident except to the extent necessary to save the life, prevent injury or relieve the suffering of any person. Second, maintain the access of general public to an essential service utility that to prevent further damage or serious loss of property of our environment. An example of an event related to at 514 is the worker killed after falling for a height based on the case summary of foreigners from the 13th floor while working overtime installing aluminium window in Sarawak. It is because first the victim was a subcontractor for the installation of aluminium window and through an elevator shaft that was used as a garbage dump. Second, the location of the incident was disturbed during the investigation. Third, the victim has worked overtime without the knowledge of the main contractor. And lastly, the lift-in has no guard or fences during the incident. That's all.
Okay, next can I talk Raja?
Yes, Mr. Imran, you can continue. You can continue this forum.
Okay, I can share you another ad. Another ad is Regulation 28 of the Factories of Machinery, Operation of Building and Engineering Works Safety Act 1986 BOWC WEC has stipulated from work and resource shall be certified structurally safe by a professional engineer. Ensure and shall be properly braced or tied together so as to maintain the position and shape. Where the formwork structure is of two or more tiers, it shall have sufficient catwalks and other secure access for inspection purpose. One event that relate to this act is at 22 August 2022 at one of manufacturing at Johor. A worker who was doing repair work on the treasure drum door was killed after slipping and falling into the conveyor and getting stuck at the end of the operating machine. Based on the investigation, one main reason relate to Regulation 28, there is no safe work procedure for the treasure drum maintenance work. There is also no risk assessment record HIRARC for treasure drum maintenance works. For the last reason why this accident happened is because the employers failed to ensure a safe workplace and working methods during maintenance at the treasure station, causing a fatal accident. Okay, that's all from me. I will pass the forum back to the moderator. Thank you.
All right. Thank you to Mr. Imran. So, Ms. Jurim, I look at your face. You very focused when this forum ongoing. So, can I get you can I get some knowledge from you about this topic?
All right, sure, Mr. Raja. Taking this into consideration, one can see that OSHA 1994 adopts a broad definition for place of work. For example, if the employee or self-employed person is contractually obligated to work offshore or multiplied site, or even assigned overseas during their course of employment, then they are all considered to be the place of work. OSHA 1994 said that an employer duty shall extend to include the maintenance of plants and system of work that are safe and pose no risk to the health of their employee. The employer is also under the duty to provide information, instructional training and supervision to ensure the safety and health at work of their employee. As such, it is not enough to merely make sure the premises are safe, but the employer must also ensure that the employee are well informed and have the precise training so they may operate in safe manner to use and to further ensure their health and safety in the workplace. Reasonable care must be taken to make sure the employee are not exposed to dangerous situation. Furthermore, the degree of care given to each employee must to be fit for that individual employee. The degree of care to ensure the safety will enable for the employee and one who has an impairment should differ as their circumstance is different. An employer is also required under OSHA 1994 to notify the nearest occupational safety and health office of any accident, dangerous occurrence, occupational questioning, or occupational disease which has occurred or is likely to occur at the place of work. The employer shall also send a report within 7 days. Apart from the employers, employees have the general duties under OSHA 1994 as well, which as a follow to take reasonable care for the safety and health of himself and of other person who may be affected by his act or mentioned at work. Next is to cooperate with his employer or any other person in the discharge of any duty or requirement imposed on the employer or that other person by this act or any regulation made thereunder. Also, to wear or use at all times any protection equipment or clothing provided by the employer for the purpose of preventing risk to his safety and health, and to comply with any instruction or measure on occupational safety and health instituted by his employer or any other person by or under this act or any regulation made thereunder. Thank you. That's all.
All right, thank you, Miss Jurim. So, thanks to Mr. Sharaf, Miss Jurim, Mr. Harit, and Mr. Imran. So, as we know, our country is in era towards development, and OSH is very important in every sector to avoid the risk of accidents. I hope we can focus on OSH and expand this knowledge of OSH to employees and employers. So from this forum, I think OSH is very important for every sector in Malaysia. So I end of this discussion at here. So thank you for your time for this forum. So thank you.
Mr. Raja,
Thank you, Moderator Raja.
I'm glad to meet you.
Thank you, Mr. Raja.
Thank you.